All right, the next thing I want to show you, we're going to take the E power chord with one finger, or that one, but I'm going to start with this one finger E power chord. Then I'm going to take that A power chord, and I'm also going to use the D power chord, but this time without my middle finger there. And I'm going to show you some really easy but awesome sounding things, you know, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Yardbirds, Jeff Beck. I don't know, I'm just listing off names here, but they all do it. And I'm sure it all dates back to the old blues stuff, Robert Johnson, you know, all that kind of stuff. We're going to take this E power chord. And the first thing I want to show you is just we're going to pull off from the 3rd fret of the E string there. Right from the blues thing. Now watch though, if I want to get all the open strings in there, which is extremely powerful, muting that G string. Well, how can I get that in there? Well, Mr. Pinky, hello. You want to practice doing it with your pinky there too, so you can get... Now check this out. So far, you've been seeing me go, you know, where it's going to that open E. Well, there are other E's in there, which is the root of an E chord. And whether you're this or you're this, you've got another E note, an octave up from the low E, right here. So basically what you do, and I don't know if you can see my hat looking down there. Hello. But we don't want to see this. We want to see this. Much prettier. Now what we do with our right hand is we want to look over and just try and pinpoint that D string when we're doing that same stuff I was showing you. So you could go where you hear the low E, then hit the higher E. So but another technique is omit the low E there and just so instead of B-O-Da, we're going B-O-Da, and you can mix and match them. B-O-Da, 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 B-O-Da. And then you can mix and match the full open power chord E. So now watch this, though. We're going to switch to the A power chord. All those same techniques, but have just scooted over a string. So you've got the open A. There's the octave A right there. It's the G string on the 2nd fret. So you could do a pull off to the open A. Or the pull off straight to the octave. And once again, I got to look down, maybe not, but look down at my right hand and see what's going on. Something that's awesome, though, about the A, whether your A chord is your first chord that you're jamming on or it's the 2nd chord in a sequence, this is pretty much always going to work. You can have the 3rd fret on the E string with that A chord. The combinations there. So once again, you could let that open E ring out. And I'm just holding that little A, one finger A form right there. Now you could try and stop that low E. Stop that low E! There he goes! And I'm kind of doing it, and with A chord in general, and the D chord, my thumb is right here ready to kind of mute that low E, which can kind of muddy it up. I also love just the A power chord to that 3rd fret on the low E, back and forth. See how I'm kind of dancing? I can't help myself. It has a groove. If you haven't guessed already, you're probably starting to see why so many awesome rock and blues songs are in the key of E and the key of A. There's some just tasty-ish right here. So when we get that D chord, those same things are going to apply that we did with the A chord, just scoot it over a string. So you'd have the 3rd fret on the D and the 3rd fret on the A. Don't really do too much of the 3rd fret on the E, connected to the D chord.